riggers with ordnance with respect to the ammunition.
Import personnel, stand up!
Import personnel!
No one comes with him, okay for that.
At the heavy drop rig site within 3 hours and 30 minutes. To us underneath the awning right here, immediately adjacent to the rigging. I'd now like to turn you over to Chief Warrant Officer 2nd Class James Ivey.
Pick up that vehicle and take it back to their facility to wait for airdrop.
Come from the unit motor pools down here to either be rigged for
make sure everything, there was no, yeah.
Yeah, they said they shut like this.
Can you just say your first and last name, spell those two, your rank and duty title?
Okay. First name's James, J-A-M-E-S. Last name Parham, P-A-R-H-A-M. Staff Sergeant in the United States Army. Currently serving as a platoon sergeant for a high mobility artillery rocket system battery.
As still as possible. And if you could just maintain eye contact with me right here.
Sure.
Try to avoid looking at the camera. I know it's kind of hard, but
Got it.
All right. So what exactly are we doing here?
Well, what we're doing here today is we're getting ready to execute a fire mission. We're using our high mobility artillery rocket systems to support the JOAX, the joint exercise that Fort Bragg is putting on with the 3rd BCT. Currently what we have behind us here is my platoon operations center, getting ready to process and send digital fire missions to my 4 HIMARS launchers that are staged about a kilometer north of here.
And if you could just briefly describe like the vehicles that will be used as far as firing and everything, how many rounds, just go into detail, and how they can actually support and really help with mission success.
The M142 HIMARS launcher, the High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, is a launcher that can be used to fire 6 rockets that have a range of anywhere from 10 to 74 kilometers, or 1 missile which has a range from 70 to 270 kilometers. What we can do by that, we can greatly multiply the success of the 3rd BCT and 82nd Airborne's operational mission by providing deep artillery support into any area. What we use to send those missions, we have a platoon operations center which is a sheltered vehicle that uses our communication equipment to process and send any fire missions down to our individual launchers based on their location and the current munitions that they're uploaded with.
Sounds incredible. Obviously, you've been doing this for a while now. 11 years, you were saying before. I mean, do you still get a really cool feeling when you see that kind of stuff happen? I mean, I know you've been doing this for a while, and it can become monotonous in some, to some stretch of the imagination. But I mean, if you can just expound on like how what you're doing here makes you feel, and how you feel like what y'all's group here is contributing and everything.
Every time that the HIMARS launcher fires, yeah, I still get goosebumps. It's an amazing sight, amazing feeling to know that we have the capability to send such destruction downrange. I train my guys to my best capability, always trying to enforce them that one day they're going to be sitting in my shoes and training young troops themselves, and I do hope that they don't get jaded by the years of doing the same job, and that it still is exciting to be a member of the 82nd Airborne Division and perform the job of a HIMARS crew member.
Awesome. Is there anything that you'd like to add? Anything at all? Just anything?
Well, I've been fortunate enough to serve here at Fort Bragg for about 2 years now. I've also been fortunate enough to go train across the country, and I'm so thankful to be given the opportunity to be stationed here at Fort Bragg with the 3rd Battalion, 27th Foot Artillery, and look forward to coming back here once again after I end up PCSing.
Let's get weird. All right. First and foremost, thank you so much for your time. It's awesome of you to do that, and I appreciate it. Can you please say and spell your first and last name? Looking like up because you're standing on that hill.
Should be more angled towards you.
Oh no, this is fine right here. Just as long as the eyes, we're having a conversation. That's
Okay.
it. But yeah, if you could say your first and last name, spell those two out, please. Your rank and duty title.
My name is Billy Fisher, Billy Fisher. I am a cadet lieutenant at West Point.
Awesome, thank you. And what are we doing out here today?
So today we're shooting some HIMARS rockets. It's a simulated air land. There's going to be 3 missions of 2 rounds each, I believe. The HIMARS are very heavy field artillery round. It's got a lot of power, and it's going to be fun to watch.
I can only imagine. How does it feel to be out here? By the way, I mean, I know. Have you seen a HIMARS before? You can say yes or no to that one.
No, sir. I've never seen a HIMARS shoot before.
Okay. Well, what do you expect, or what do you anticipate? Just like the power and the target it's going to hit. I mean, how does it make you feel to even be out here, man? It must be pretty exciting, right?
Well, seeing things like this, like the HIMARS rocket, seeing my friends show me videos last night of paratroopers jumping from C-130s, kind of makes me scared of our Army. We actually get to sit in the HIMARS today and hopefully push the button on 1 or 2. It's a pretty awesome feeling.
Is there anything more you want to add?
Go Army.
Awesome.
I love Lieutenant Henshaw.
Yeah, we're just gonna have a conversation. Right?
All right.
I know it's kind of hard to not look at the camera and stuff like that.
I think it's gonna be a little easier.
Try your best.
Okay.
First thing with them, can you say your first and last name? Spell those 2 out. Your rank and your duty title.
All right. I am Cadet Donald LeBlanc, DONALD LEBLANC. I'm a cadet lieutenant at West Point.
And what are we doing here today?
Today we are going to get to sit in during a live fire for I guess a joint operation involving the 3rd 27th HIMARS Field Artillery Regiment.
Have you ever seen anything like this live before?
This will be my first live fire. I've been around HIMARS. I've gotten to see one in the motor pool, but this will be the first time I've actually gotten to see one fire around off.
Very cool. And same question that I asked him. What kind of damage do you anticipate? Like, what do you expect to see, and how do you think it'll impact our mission?
I think it's going to be very interesting to get to see how our Army uses one of our most powerful assets in action for an actual operation. I mean, HIMARS, it's a high mobility artillery rocket system. And so they're quickly deployable force, and so for this particular joint operation for the Global Response Force and the 82nd Airborne, it should be very interesting to see how the Army can employ all of our forces in a manner such as this.
Awesome. And from what you've heard, I guess you've seen some of the videos and everything. I mean, you've seen with your eyes what kind of devastation that that these weapons can bring. If you could expound just a little bit more on how you think, what kind of asset that this can bring to the mission.
HIMARS is a fairly powerful asset. There's a number of different munitions that it can fire, which can provide a varying amount of effects and can be fired at many different ranges. It really depends on the lot. HIMARS, I guess, serve for more part for, a different sort of mission than what you would normally see for artillery unit. They mostly provide missions for the Ranger Regiment, JOAX, and other Special Forces assets.
And would you like to add anything?
Go Army.